right, trig homework 14 starts off with some polynomial long division. We are going to divide 6x minus 2 into 24x to the third plus 4x squared plus 14x plus 3. And when you do polynomial long division, you want to make sure that this is in descending order. These first ones, they'll put them in order, and then on the next ones, they'll mess them around. But to the third power, to the second power, to the first power, and then, of course, to the 0 power, our constant term. So what we want to do is we want to figure out what times this leading term, the 6x, will give us the leading term here, 24x to the third. So I would have to take 6 times 4 to get 24. I'd have to take an x times an x to the second to get x to the third. I am then going to multiply that by both terms in front here. So 4x squared times 6x should match up, give us the 24x to the third. 4x squared times negative 2 is negative 8x squared, and I'm going to line that underneath my x squared term. Then what I'm going to do is subtract so that I can cancel out my leading term. So this is going to become negative. This is going to change to a positive. Since I'm subtracting a negative, I got to change the signs. Cancel out my leading term, bring down my stuff. So 12x squared plus 14x plus 3. Then basically I'm just going to repeat the process. What times 6x will give me 12x squared? I need to take 6 times 2 to get 12, and x times x to get x squared. I do need my sign in there. It's a positive 2. So 2x times 6x is 12x squared. 2x times negative 2 is a minus 4x. Then I have to subtract, so I change my signs. Cancels that out. That's going to give me 18x plus 3 that I'm going to bring down. And I keep going until my exponent on my variable here is lower than my exponent on my variable here. It's still the same, so I can still keep going. What times 6x will give me 18x? I just need a 3. 3 times 6x is 18x. 3 times negative 2 is minus 6. But then I have to subtract, so I change my signs, and I get a remainder of 9. So my quotient, 4x squared plus 2x plus 3, my remainder is 9. Now if I wanted to check my answer, I'm going to take my divisor times my quotient and add my remainder. So I would take 6x minus 2 times 4x squared plus 2x plus 3 and add the 9 to that. So 6x times 4x squared, 24x cubed. 6x times 2x, positive 12x squared. 6x times 3, positive 18x. Negative 2 times 4x would be negative 8x squared. Negative 2 times 2x, minus 4x. Negative 2 times 3, minus 6. And then, of course, the plus 9 that was on the end. So looking at that, combining all my like terms, I've got the 24x cubed. I've got a 12x squared minus an 8x squared. 12 minus 8 is positive 4x squared. I have 18x minus 4x. 18 minus 4 would give me 14x. And then I have a negative 6 plus a 9, which is a positive 3. So you can see that I got the exact same thing that I started with, so I know that that should be my answer. You don't have to check them, but if you do want to check them, that's how you check it. The divisor times the quotient, add the remainder, and we should get what we started with there. So the second one, if I'm going to do my long division there, I'm taking 5x minus 1, I'm dividing it into 15x to the third plus 17x squared plus 11x plus 6. So what times 5x gives me 15x cubed? I need 3x squared. 3x squared times 5x is 15x to the third. 3x times the minus 1 would be minus 3x squared. Then I have to subtract. So I change my signs, cancel out my leading term. 17 plus 3 would give me 20x squared plus 11x plus 6 then. So what times 5x gives me 20x squared? I need a positive 4x. 4x times 5x is 20x squared. 4x times a minus 1 is a minus 4x. But then I have to change my signs so I can cancel out my leading term. 11x plus 4x is 15x plus 6. So what times 5x gives me 15x? I need a plus 3. 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. I have to subtract, so I change my signs. And hey, again on this one, the remainder is 9. So my quotient, 3x squared plus 4x plus 3, my remainder is 9. The third one, we are going to take 5x squared plus 6x and divide it into 15x to the third plus 28x squared plus 7x minus 8. So, what times 5x squared gives me 15x to the third? I just need a 3x. 3x times 5x squared is 15x cubed. 3x times 6x is 18x squared. Then I have to subtract. So I change my signs. 28 minus 18 would give me 10x squared plus 7x minus 8 then. So what times my 5x squared would give me 10x squared? I just need a plus 2. 2 times 5x squared is 10x squared. 2 times 6x is 12x. But then I have to subtract. 7 minus 12 would be negative 5x minus 8. Now, since my exponent on my remainder is lower than my exponent on my divisor, I can't go any farther than that. All of that is my remainder. So my quotient is 3x plus 2. My remainder is negative 5x minus 8. And again, just for fun, if I wanted to check that one, I would take 5x squared plus 6x times 3x plus 2, and then I'd add my negative 5x minus 8, so I'm just going to put that in on the end, and then I'm going to FOIL this part out. 5x times 3x is 15x to the third. 5x squared times 2 is 10x squared. 6x times 3x is 18x squared. 6x times 2 is 12x, and then I'll bring down my 5x minus 8, which was my remainder. So combining my like terms, I've got 15x to the third. 10x squared plus 18x squared is 28x squared. 12x minus 5x is a positive 7x, and then the minus 8. I look up here, it matches up with what I started with, then I know I probably did the problem right. My quotient 3x plus 2, my remainder negative 5x minus 8.